You already know what it is. It's your boy Ain't Off for the Streets. Welcome to the Ain't Off for the Streets podcast. Ain't off for the streets. Yo, today we got Damian, Jada Inc., a truck driver, has been doing his thing in the city. You know what I mean? He went to the struggle. He's at where he's at right now by pretty much hustling and doing his whole get rich or die trucking thing. He got courses to teach the young men in the city to get in the truck trade. You know, we're about to get in a great conversation with him so he can let us know how to get in trucking, his background, and what do you guys need to even start your own trucking business and things like that. Yo, so Damien, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm blessed. I'm blessed, my brother.
Okay, that's good. Yo, man, I've been following you for a minute on Instagram. I've been seeing the type of posts you be posting, showing people how the trucking game is, your dump truck, and how hard it is, how hard you worked for the blessings that you have in your life right now.
Right.
And you even talk about the struggles that you had in the past and things like that, and have you been able to overcome it? So it's been really like, I really like that. I admire
Yeah.
the strength that you had to keep doing what you do because it's not easy. So what I wanted to ask you, like, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into trucking.
Well, my name is Damian Blackman, born in Barbados, raised in the city. Left Barbados when I was about 9, 10 years old. Came to Jane Strip, moved from Jane to Scarborough. Then from there, moved on up to Durham region, Oshawa side. And as a youngster, I've always been fascinated with trucks as a child, right? So I remember how it started because I would look out on my balcony. I lived at 4500 Jane Street, and I would
Yeah,
always look out my balcony and I would see the trucks driving up and down the strip, up and down the strip. And it always just fascinated me, like the wheels, the size of it, and all that stuff, right? And then I just remember telling my mother, yo, I want to drive trucks when I get older. So she would buy me all the toys. I'd be in the living room with all these toys, trucks, and all that. And then
yeah.
I just pursued it as I got older. It never left me, right? And I
Oh,
just that became my passion. And yeah, that's what I decided to do. And when I was about 20 years old, went and got my license and
wow.
I hit the road.
Well, that's crazy. At such a young age, you knew exactly what you wanted to do. You feel me?
Right.
Even right now, I still don't know what I want to do. I'm doing this whole media thing. It's evolving into something. Now I'm doing
Right.
podcasts. I never done podcasts before. You know what I mean? So that's crazy
Right.
how
Right.
at a young age and you like, I'm gonna do trucking. That's what I'm gonna stuck with. So, so what I wanted to ask you, like your journey to become to become your own boss, to work as a truck driver, like what really got you into it besides you being young? Did you see the freedom of having being able to create a lot of revenue for yourself? What really got you into trucking? Because it's not
Yeah,
easy.
well, it was the freedom, it was the revenue, but it was mostly I used to be like a knucklehead, a hardhead. I like running the streets. I don't like
Yeah,
authority. We don't like authority in the street. So being a
yeah,
truck driver, I know that I can make great money, but I have the freedom to go do what I want. So I'm in my own office, my own cubicle. There's no boss per se leaning over my neck telling me what to do. You get a destination. This is where you have to go. Take it here and that's that. So you're free to do whatever you want while make great money, and that was intriguing to me, right? That was appealing to me that I can still be somewhat free, right? There's no
yeah.
punching in really, no 9 to 5. I don't got. I could take break when I want to, all that stuff.
Wow.
So that was really appealing to me, right? And
Yeah.
yeah, I got to travel, and that was another thing. Like I was able to travel, so I've seen damn near all over Canada, all over America, all by and getting paid to do all that, right? So that was extremely appealing to me. Yeah, for sure.
Dope. That's a dope answer, right? Having the freedom to do what you want to do. That's exactly what I'm chasing. Chasing that freedom to just work for
Right,
myself, rely on this 9 to 5 or whatever it may be, and what I like be able to pay the bills with. You know what I mean? That's
right,
a fact.
exactly. Because that's what it is, man. You gotta have that balance, right? We don't want to. I think I call it the grand awakening, right? Where the world is becoming. Well, they use the term woke, but I prefer enlightened. So we're
Yeah.
becoming more enlightened, and we realize that it's been a scam basically for you to work for what 40, 50 years of your life to
Yeah.
retire on pennies and then don't
Oh,
have a chance to enjoy your life. You know what I mean?
enjoy it.
Yeah, you got to enjoy your life. There's no freedom, right? I always say I don't want to wait till I'm 65, 75 to to be able to finally get that drop top, and I don't got no hair for it to blow in the wind. You know what I mean? I want to do that while I'm young.
For sure. That's how I am as well too. You know what I mean? That's why I go so hard. You know,
Right.
like
You have to. You have to. I mean, you
yeah,
have
for
to.
you're definitely right about that. So what I wanted to ask you as well, I didn't write any questions down, so I'm just going to we were
Let's
able
get
to
it. We're
kind of
having a conversation.
for real. So I wanted to ask you like how big is that truck industry like? Because I they always tell me there's a lot of money in the truck business. Because I see there's different trucks. There's trucks that carry trailers, and you got dump trucks. So how is there like a different section? How big is it?
Well, yeah, so I have both, right? Because I prefer
Yeah,
dump trucks, but I do have right now I'm sitting in the semi, which is a tractor trailer. So
yeah.
but the trucking game is a $800 billion a year industry.
Wow.
That's what a
Jeez.
B, fam. 800
Wow.
billion.
That's
You know what I mean?
crazy.
Right. And we as black people, we have a very, very minuscule percentage of that, right?
Wow.
Other races have it, and it hasn't really been I guess, advertised or promoted to our
Yeah.
people, right?
Yeah.
So we've
Right
been
about
missing
that.
out on that a lot.
Yeah. Wow. 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 So so wanted to ask like since you said it's such a big business, what kind of license do you need to drive like a dump truck? Do they have different licenses? And how long does it take to get these licenses?
Yeah, so you need a commercial license. So from a dump truck, you'll need either a class D or a class B, like class B, D, or C. But for you to drive like a tractor trailer, you need a class A. But if you get your class A, you can drive all them things underneath it, right? So you could drive a
What's
dump truck and all that stuff. Yeah. So you might as well just go
wow.
get your class A. You'll be able to drive
Mhm.
both. Yeah. You know what I
Wow.
mean?
Okay.
And it takes
Oh,
about right now it takes about 4 to 6 weeks for you to obtain your license. And it's about maybe about anywhere from 7 to 10,000, you know what
yeah.
I mean? In the city, yeah, for a driving school.
7 to 10,000. Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a great
Yeah.
investment though. To do it once you do that, that license, is it guaranteed for you to get a job right after?
Yeah, for sure. Especially now, well, there's like, so I call it recession proof because I don't think people understand the importance of um, trucks, right? And like I said, it hasn't been promoted to us, so we don't really know how important it is. Nothing moves without a truck, right? Whether it comes off a plane, train, or a boat, it has to be moved by a truck, right?
Yeah.
Everything that you see, everything that you use in your everyday life came on a truck, right?
Facts.
Everything, the microphone, the technology that we're using right now, the water, the trucks came on the truck, your clothes, your
Yeah.
food, everything came on the truck, right? So why not let's have a piece of something that's so important? It's recession proof. Even right
Yeah.
now that we're going through this pandemic, well, the only thing moving really is trucks. Trucks save the day. You know what I mean? So food has to be delivered, medicine has to be delivered, the vaccines have to be delivered. Without those trucks
Oh,
moving, everybody
yep.
dies and everything shuts down, right? So yeah, get piece of that. Get piece of something that's extremely important. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Own something that's that extremely important.
Okay, so you would you compare like having your truck license or whatever maybe would you compare that as an investment and into buying a property and things like that? Does it have like the same similar kind of
Yeah,
thing? Do you
yeah,
get
yeah, yeah,
you return
yeah,
back right away?
yeah. So actually, in my opinion, owning a truck is going to bring you a quicker return than owning property.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to turn around extremely quick, right? You recoup that quickly, where it takes at least a few years for you to get a major return on your investment for real
Def-
estate. You know what I
wow.
mean?
Definitely about
Yeah.
that.
But what I would do, those two goes hand in hand. So you purchase the truck first,
And get the
and then get the real estate after because it's gonna feed on into that, and then you just grows exponentially, right?
yeah, you're definitely right
Yes.
about that. What I be always talk to people, right? One thing I notice about just like society in general, because once you get a record, you go to jail. That's why I feel like a lot of young black men are dealing with, right? Once you get a
Hmm.
record, you get out there, you pretty much can't get a job. You can't get a corporation job. They do background checks, and sometimes you have no choice but to go back to the streets and do whatever you got to
Right.
do to feed you, right? So what I wanted to ask you is there like any obstacles when it comes to that? When if that, let's just say you used to be you had a past record, are you able to still get your license? trucking license?
Of course. Well, I just came home from in 2017, June 6, 2017. I was released. Did just over 2 years for firearm possessions and drug charges. And I'm running trucks right now. Right. I got
Wow.
homies. I got two employees that I've hired. They got criminal records from doing dirt. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that doesn't stop me. That's a great thing about trucking as well, that they're not telling you. It doesn't
Wow.
matter. You may not be able to cross the border, but you don't have to cross the border for you to partake in the trucking industry, right? And you don't even have to drive. You could own and still be great. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, criminal record doesn't stop you from doing nothing in trucking. Nothing.
That's dope. So just like since we're having an honest conversation here, how much
Yeah.
would a trucker expect to make within like a week or 2 weeks a paycheck, like or a yearly salary?
In yearly salary, I would say anywhere from 65 to 80K.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can make upwards or more depending on how far you want to run if you're doing long haul stuff like that. But yeah, anywhere from 60K and up, 60 and up. Yeah, for sure,
Yeah.
easily.
Okay. Okay. Dope. Dope. Before I
And that's for
like
employees. If you're an
uh,
owner now, then you're gonna make way more than that. Yeah, for sure.
oh wow. So as yourself, are you still a driver yourself, or do you have drivers under you that would drive your trucks?
Both. So I have drivers driving my trucks, and I drive as well.
Oh wow. Why
Yeah.
why do you still driving since you will pretty much want to like own your time and
Well,
things
I
like why?
I love driving, and that extra income for myself helps me to invest more into the company and other things that, and it's
Yeah,
gonna get me out of the truck easier. So I'm using all that is reinvested right into the company, and yeah. But I think this is going to be my last year probably driving full time. I'm just going to
wow.
focus on just building the
And
business, hiring, and operations. Right. Right now, I've
yeah,
been setting things into place where I don't necessarily need to drive by the end of this year, and just continue. So I've been secretly, privately, I should say, working on a few things and investments, getting everything right, where I don't really
oh
need
yeah,
to
yeah.
be in the truck, and I can help my people more from on the outside.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope. You definitely gotta have a plan. That's why I always tell people. A lot of people be wanting to quit their jobs to do this, but you gotta have a plan because you still gotta
Yeah, for
survive.
sure.
You want job or like make sure these income supplement the bills that you have. So
Right.
every
Exactly.
yeah, once you have your plan, then go ahead take the leap of faith. But make sure you have
Right.
a plan to fund everything you
Right.
have to.
And with a plan now, it's less of a leap of faith because you already have a plan, right?
Yeah,
So
that's
it's
true.
not even faith no more. It's like, yeah,
So
because yeah, you got your plan. You got to follow that. I like that. It's like I was listening to Jim Rohn and he likens it to a ship, right? A ship or cruise ship doesn't leave the dock without a destination. Otherwise,
that's
you're gonna be
true.
drifting in the middle of the ocean, right? It
Yeah,
has a destination, right? So
wow.
it is in order for it to get from Toronto to Barbados, it may stop down in Miami. It may stop in what's it called in
Yeah,
Cuba, then go over to
yeah,
Jamaica, then head on down. But it's all those stops are calculated for. You know what I mean? It may not know how long it may stop. Things may arise or issues arise on the journey, but we still know where we're going. That is your plan for life, right? Many people just go out there thinking, well, I'm just gonna go out there and make it big. I'm gonna be the millionaire truck driver, or I'm gonna be this illest rapper. No one is ever planning out their steps of life, hoping to get there. You won't get there,
yeah.
right? You
You
might end up
definitely right.
shipwrecked. I mean,
You
so yeah,
definitely
you
right
gotta
about that.
propel it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Planning.
yeah, that was some gems right there. That was some gems for real.
Uh,
You definitely have to have planning. So the reason why I wanted to actually talk to you, because like I said, I've been watching you on Instagram do your thing with the trucking business, and I'm also wanted to get into trucking as well, like get my license. Even not even
yeah,
get my license, I might just invest, buy a truck, and have somebody run the truck for me. You know what I
right.
mean? That was
That's a great
investment I
thing.
want. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a great thing for you to do because with all the theft, the stuff that you have got going on, um, I think it'd be your energy would be more better used by just investing in the truck and just having
For
it run, right? Yeah, and I
sure,
can show you how to
definitely.
do all that. I can show you how to get your drivers, the contracts, what type of trucks to get, all of that. We have all that information. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
you're
yeah, you
definitely
continue
right.
to just grow.
Definitely right about that. That's why I really wanted to connect with you because I seen that you had courses on your website. I'm like, wow, a
Yeah.
lot of these kids, they might not have the money to go to like Seneca or whatever, one of these big driving schools to learn the information. By going to your course, they be paying fractions of the price to kind of like learn. experience that you had, because there's so many
Right,
young men in the city. I feel like needs different avenues to look to make money. You know what I mean? So what do you think
right.
about, how do you feel like your courses will help our young men out there?
Help them immensely, man. Like it's like I said, it's showing them a different way, a different path, for a small investment. Like what? For less than an ounce of loud, for less than a pair of Jordans, for less than a weekend at the club, way less than any university, right? You're going to learn how to create generational wealth. We always hear that. That term is ubiquitous, right? We hear it, generational wealth. But in this case, it really is generational wealth that you're building. Like my assets and equipment that I own, it is going to be passed down to my children and my children's children because I'm building something tangible that can last, right? No one can't take and grab this from us, right? So what
Yep.
I'm showing the kids is because I was a youngster as well. We didn't think we are gonna get old, you know what I mean? Or get older. Things change, life changes. You're gonna really have to get the plan. Like that lifestyle is not sustainable, right? You're going to need to switch it up. And this is a great way to transition. You know what I mean? You can still be fly. Like I tell people all the time, like I like riding my S550 Benz. I like wearing my jewelry, right? It's called Get Rich or Die Trucking, play on 50 Cent, right? We need all them things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's cool.
And plus,
Yeah.
it's more appealing coming from someone like you than somebody that never really went through the struggle, that never understand the trauma that they dealt with and things like that. They
Right.
be more willing to listen to you and look into the courses and trying to like implement that into their life. That's why I always tell people, sometimes I feel like sometimes people can just not everybody could talk to people. You have to somewhat relate to where they come from, somewhat you have a background to where they come from, so they could kind of like take the word. Can you hear me?
Sorry, cut out there.
Yeah, you good? Yo, my man is in the truck right now working, getting this bread. That's where he
Ah,
at right now.
yeah,
Yeah, you can
there
hear
we
me?
go. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Nah, it's cool. That's what I'm saying. Like, I wanted to definitely get in contact with you because I want to, like, one thing is about stopping the violence, but also, what are you offering them to stop the violence? It had to be
Right,
something.
right.
You
I
know what I
tell
mean?
people that all the time. You want me to put these guns down? Feed me. What am I gonna eat? What am I going to do? How am I getting this money? How do I yeah, we gotta there's an alt you need to be some type of alternative, right? Yeah, like
No,
trade something. You can't just tell someone to put it down. It's like energy. And they say energy doesn't die, it just it transfers, right?
yeah,
So you can't
yeah.
they these guys want the energy to stop. No, you have to transfer that energy into something positive or something else. What are you going to do? Where are they going to take that energy? Show them how to run businesses, right? They're already businessmen. If you're selling whatever, you're a businessman, right? Now
Eddie,
make it a
Eddie,
business where you can actually go to the bank and get investments and blow that thing up. You know what I mean? But yeah,
yeah,
put down the guns, man.
you de- you definitely right about that. So we definitely got to connect for sure and see what kind of, if we could offer like a free courses or one or two free courses, do like a giveaway type thing, so people can kind of like get familiar to who you are and what you do, so they be able to
And you
connect
let me
with you.
know how much you want me to give away on your platform. If they're listening, you figure it out,
Yeah.
and yeah, I'm gonna give it away, definitely for sure, because
Sure.
it's for the people, right? We need to
Yeah.
get our people on because here's the thing: other races know about trucking and know what's going on, right? Many people
Yeah.
don't know about trucking and what you could actually do and make in our community, right? So what I'm doing is making it known, like, yo, listen, this is the wave. This is it. This is the secrets that they've been keeping from you. Man, all right, the young is like, they like all the rappers and stuff, not knowing their favorite rappers are truck owners, truck business owners. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So this is
Lil
it. Like,
Durk was talking about that. I seen an
right.
interview. He say he owned a couple of trucks. So how much would you say it costs to pretty much start a trucking business? Like, just say I don't want to drive. I just want to get a truck to get somebody, get a driver to drive it and get some contracts. What's the minimum investment to start something like that?
Minimum, I would say at least have 25K, right? The more the
Yeah.
better, right? But have 25K. Now, if your credit's decent, you could put, say,
10 to 15% of a truck of the down payment down on the truck. So let's say you could get a truck for like $5,000 to $10,000 down, right? Then you're gonna need another 10 for operating expenses until you recoup your first paycheck. You know what I mean? That's gonna cover your fuel. That's gonna cover your driver's wages and the insurance. And then after your first 30 days, you're starting to get your checks, and then you're rolling from there, right? You get you a nice, if you're gonna go with tractor trailer, which I suggest, you go with like a $40,000 truck, right?
Wow.
Decent. Have it checked out by a mechanic for sure. I have mechanics. If you're in the Toronto area, hit me up, right? I have all those resources, and yeah, you just go from there. Get you like a $50,000 truck. Get you a driver. Get you a contract. Sit back and wait for the your returns to roll in.
Oh wow. So like you said, as an owner, you could earn more than 85,000 as an owner. How much for something like that? Month?
Yeah, for sure you're gonna earn more than 85, and the money is actually in the volume. So the more trucks you have, the more revenue you're going to in turn receive, right? But yeah, you're gonna definitely make more as an owner, right? And you have the freedom as well, right? So more importantly is the freedom while you're making your money, right?
So do you work every day, like Monday to Sunday or Monday to Friday? How many days do you
Well,
work and
to
how
be
many
honest, right now I just set a financial goal for myself. So I'm on the road as of last week. I'm probably going to be on the road for like 2 months, 3 months. But usually I work, if I'm in the dump truck, I'll work like Monday to Friday, um, 6 a.m. to like 5 p.m. or whatnot. But what I'm doing over the road, I'm just on the road. So like right now I'm getting ready to go to London, Ontario. And then, no, I'm going to go to Guelph first, pick up a load, take that to London. From London, I'm going to head back to Brampton. And from Brampton, I'm headed out to Ottawa. Then from Ottawa, I'm headed out to like New Brunswick, and then wherever from there. So I'm on the road. That's a whole week right there.
Do you mean like you on the road the whole week? You don't go home?
I'm not going home. I got the bed right here. I got my
No.
clothes, toothbrush, all that stuff. Yeah. I'm comfortable. I got unlimited Wi-Fi on my Telus, so I'm straight.
Oh wow, that's a real hustle. Yeah, you got to be making some stupid bread like that.
Yeah. We do it pretty good. And it's like trapping to me, right? When I was on the street, I was OT all day. I didn't come home until I met my quota. So if I could do that, and risk jail time and risk freedom, risk my life,
Yeah.
I could do this legally. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that's
I
crazy.
could
That's
do it
that's
legally.
a that's a smart way to think about it. So one thing people always say is a disadvantage or like a downside to trucking is the fact that you're always away from your family or from your kids or whatever because you're always on the road,
Yeah.
health, things like that because you sit down a lot. So what would you say about that? What's your take on that?
Well, there's let's start with the health. So we all know the brand Get Rich or Die Trucking. There's also Get Fit or Die Trucking, where I implemented workouts into your daily truck driving, right? Because we live a sedentary lifestyle. We're sitting a lot, right? So we do work out. We eat healthy, right? There's I have this a partnership or a friendship with his name is Anthony from A Plus Smoothies, right? And I suggest everyone to go take a look at that. Where smoothies with green juices, almond, all that stuff, where you drink and it's all organic and it helps you as opposed to be eating a whole bunch of junk food, McDonald's and stuff on the road because it's only going to make you fat and unhealthy, right? With the juices and the healthy eating, it keeps your body alert, keeps your brain alert, so you're able to focus longer. And then when you stop, you do your exercise. I have enough room in here to do exercises. My trailer, I could do a 20, 30-minute set on at the end of the day or the beginning of the day so you can stay healthy, right? This is not your grandfather's trucking, right? This is the new age of trucking, so we fit with it, right? And and as far as the going on long distances, you don't have to go on long distances, right? You could drive local, you could drive city, you could be home, you could have on a schedule. Even if you do decide to drive long distances, you could still plan your days back home, right? So yeah, it's not back in the day where you were just gone for all this time, right? And if your kids miss you, there's technology,
They
right?
go on Zoom. Yeah.
There's
Okay.
Zoom, there's FaceTime, there's all that stuff. So there's ways around all of that, right? You just have to make the sacrifice and figure out exactly what you want to do, and then you go ahead and do all that.
You're definitely right about that. So would you say as a trucker, you make more money doing long distance than doing locals?
Yeah,
Local?
long distance usually pays more. Yeah, for sure.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Wow. All right. And so you pretty much have so much experience in this job. So are you doing mostly long distance nowadays? Since you say you got a good.
I don't go really really far. Like I said, the most I'll do is like I'm going up to New Brunswick, but I go to like Ottawa and stuff because I've made it where I'm okay. I don't need to go extremely far and be on the road that much. My contracts are pretty much decent, right? We have great contracts, and that comes with experience and networking over time. But yeah, like so there's over the road. There's still aggregates, right? Which is like the dump truck area, but you could run like live bottom trailers and dumps. If you guys come onto my page or get in contact with me, I could explain it even more in detail. You see exactly what's going on through my YouTube and all that. But there's still work that you can do in the city and make great money without having to leave and go on the road. So that's all subjective, man. You just got to find the right contracts to figure out where you want to do and how much money you want to make. I mean,
Yeah, you did. Yeah, dope, dope. Great answer. Great answer. So I know we talk about the lavish life about being a trucker, how much money you make. So what's the headache? How much headache does being a trucker give you? Like, there's always a
um,
headache side.
so I hate the cold, and
Yeah.
I'm out in the cold when I gotta go and like, you know what I mean? Maybe release trailers, undo trailers. I gotta get out to go in the shipper, stuff like backing up, driving at night. There's traffic. There's being away from home, for long distances, right? And yeah, yeah, if you own the truck now, there's fuel. You got to make sure you get the right pricing on fuel, the expenses, because as much money as you make, you still have a lot of expenses as well, right? So your insurance may not be that cheap. You may be paying anywhere from $1,000 to $1,500 in insurance a month, right? Your truck payment, um, yeah, there's a lot of expenses. Your driver, there's driver error. Did your driver break something? Did your driver ruin the transmission? You know what I mean? Do you have to go replace a $3,000 or $5,000 clutch? Stuff like that. You know what I mean? So those are the headaches and the expenses that come with it. However, it's worth it, right? I heard Nipsey said it's worth it. It's gonna be hard, but it's worth it. I mean, I believe so. It's worth it. Anything worth having is not gonna come easy anyway.
Yeah, you definitely right about that. That's why like you gotta keep moving. I've been making stupid moves, so because it's not easy, man. If it's not what I'm doing right now is not easy right now. Just me connecting with you, trying to share the gospel. What I find these information, I call them the gospel. You say you go to church and you hear about the Bible and things, but these things are gospel that our community need to hear. How
It's
to
a
fix your
fact,
credit, trucking, the head
right?
Bible. You know what I mean? Just investing in stocks. That's why I'm trying to connect with a lot of people like that as well. As much as I'm into the music industry, I'm also like a life guy. I
Right.
understand how life works. Like certain things, you gotta have this in place
Yeah,
so
yeah,
you don't
for
have to
sure.
20
Right.
years down the
Credit, like what you said, credit is a major thing, man. Get the credit right, fix your credit up, learn to invest in stocks, and don't be shy and timid to ask for information, right? A lot of people have that fear of just being able to ask. They think it's too cool or they want their ego to be bruised or like, nah, nobody knows everything. Ask a damn question, bro. You know what I mean? It's going to save your life in the long run. Like, yeah, get your credit right. Learn how to invest. Read a book, right? Like, figure things out because it's going to come a time where we can't physically work. So right now, I am my earning power. We are our earning power. We could physically go out there and make the money, right? We could physically earn.
Yep.
It's going to come a time where we can't earn. We're going to become old. We can't go out there and work. The workforce is going to change. They want younger people. So what are you going to do, right? I see a lot of people, no offense to anybody that working at Walmart or stuff like that. If you chose to do that, cool. That's your dream, right? I support that. But if it was by circumstance, you had to go work there, then you messed up in life, right? You didn't plan correctly, right? You didn't learn certain things that you needed to learn because there's no way that I wanted to be 75 or 65 and have to get up and stand on my feet all day telling people, hi, don't touch this cart. I mean, like I said, no
Really.
offense to anybody who's doing that, but that's if you chose to do that, that's great. But if you didn't, then you made some wrong choices, right? And I don't think the youngins and even some old heads understand that life is short, but it's still long. You know
Still
what I
long.
mean? It's still
Still
long,
long.
man, and you're gonna be older way longer than you are younger, right?
You definitely about that. And being old is not fun either because I be working in the healthcare industry and I
Right.
see how I treat old people, and that's why I always tell people try to enjoy your life as much as you can now because it's not fun when you it's not fun when you
Facts.
like
And it's not fun when you're old and broke. So imagine that. It's worse.
worse. Definitely right about that. And I'm glad that you pretty much being honest about everything, letting people know the headache, the downside and the upside of things. Because people gotta know the whole truth. A lot of people like to jump into opportunities without looking both sides. They just hear one
Right.
side. I'm gonna do that. You have
Yeah.
to like do your research and see your what kind of risk you willing to take, because it's a risk
Right.
factor as well.
Right. Yeah, and that I like what you said. It's about the risk as well because see me, I take risks. So I understand when I'm having my seminars or if I am doing my consultations and they ask me certain questions, I have to give my disclaimer like I would jump out there and do it because I believe that something's gonna happen. If it doesn't happen, I learn what not to do. But I'm never gonna play the timid game. I'm not. I'm gonna jump out there. You know what I mean? All right, I'll give you a story. When I was younger, how I learned to swim. And I carried this philosophy and way of life through my whole life. I was about 7 years old, 6, 7 years old, and I was in Barbados at my aunt's house. We had a pool party. And I can't swim, never swam before. My older cousin Pan, he pushed me in the deep end.
Oh wow.
And yeah, just pushed me in. And it was either drown or learn to swim. I'm here today, so you already know. I learned to swim that day
Wow.
by myself, never swam before. And innately, I think I carried that through my whole life because now as jump in, I'm going to figure this thing out. You're not going to drown me. I can't drown. I can't die. And I literally believe that. I roll with that. That's not Instagram talk. That's not Zoom talk. If you've been around me long enough, you'll know this is my energy. I cannot fail at anything. I'm going to learn and I'm going to figure it out. I just believe it. So I'm not going to be shy about nothing because I don't believe the world belongs to the timid. It belongs to the risk takers. It belongs to the ones
Yes.
who's bold enough to think that, yo, we're going to go do this. We could change the world, right? It belongs to us, right? So yeah, I don't have no fear, man. Like there's things to be fearful of, but have no fear. This is life. This is easy. This is
Yeah,
just
yeah.
business. This is going after your goals. I don't understand why people are gonna sit there and not really go in for their goals and dreams. Where they're seeing everybody else live. Time is passing them by. They're not even trying nothing. If it doesn't work, okay, go back to where you were. But try something, bro.
Yo, that's why I'm out here doing my little podcast. I'm trying it because, like, let me tell you something about I've been thinking about doing a podcast, but I never had the strength, the the push to do it. But like, yo, ain't nobody gonna push me to do this. You feel me?
Right,
So it's like get off my ass and push myself even when I'm tired. I had to learn about these mics, these boards, these headphones,
right.
the laptop, Zoom. So I had to like pretty teach my own self how to start a whole podcast production. You know what I mean?
Yep. And that's
People
going to
really
be
have to.
rewarding for you in the future because it's like compounded interest, right? Compounded interest is only a little bit, but it's a snowball effect. It's going to grow and it's going to become bigger and bigger, right? You just keep going. Those little steps that you take become huge steps in the end, right? So don't ever stop or don't ever worry about how little the steps are. Just take the steps. As long as you're
Yeah,
taking the steps, it's going to grow into something massive. It just has to. That's physics.
you
That's life.
definitely you right about that. It's really life because the way people see me now, people see me all this. I'm this big person, this big media page that do these billboards or whatever, but they didn't never see the background work. I've been doing
Right,
these shows with 150 people connecting with DJs, connecting with artists, building that real connection. It was never
right.
online. It was mostly outside. I was doing parties, showcases, and things like that. Really
Ah,
building a community. You feel me?
right.
When people see you at the when you up there, but they never recognize the hard work you put in
Right, right,
to get up there, you know what I mean? To get all these connection, all these networks that you currently have as well too. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of dedication because you could have easily give up the same way I could easily say, forget this, I want to do something. You know what I
right.
mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So
Never give up, man. You ever see that meme on the gram where it's like there's two people they're mining for diamonds, and one person he's probably like three swings away before he makes like you know what I mean? And he turns around and the other guy keeps going, you know what I mean? That's it. We just don't know how close you are to your breakthrough, your next level. And people quit. They say it's too hard. And that'll be your breakthrough right there. I mean, it gets hardest before your breakthrough. That's how you know you're on the right path. Like, it gets hard. You know what I mean?
Trust me, it gets really hard because why are you going to your breakthrough? There's people that didn't go to their breakthrough and watching you go to their breakthrough that doesn't have the dedication or the strength to do that themselves. That's when they
Right.
look at you, they're hating on you, be like, yo, how the hell this guy be able to do it, to push himself
Right.
out there? Yeah, you know what I mean? So it gets
Right.
really hard. It gets
Yep.
really hard. The energy you surround yourself with, there's people that want to put you down and say, what you doing? Nah, don't do this, don't do that. They're trying to, you know what I mean? So it's a real thing. It's like chasing your dream, chasing your passion, trying to chase financial freedom. It's not an easy road.
It's not. That's why there's a 1% and the 5% of people that own 95% of the today's wealth. That's why. Yeah, that's why. You know what I mean? Because people are just gonna give up too easy, man. Like there's this book called Outwitting the Devil, right? Yeah. And you got to read that, or there's also audio books so you can listen to it on YouTube, and it speaks about some of the fears of people and the fears that there's like fears of criticism, what people are gonna think, fear of failure, all these stuff that enable. Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you. Outwitting the Devil. I believe it's Napoleon Hill, if I'm not mistaken, but don't quote me on that. But it's Outwitting the Devil, and yeah, those are one of the fears that stops people. Some people aren't gonna go speak to that person because they're being feared of being criticized, how it's gonna look. It's like getting rejected by the girl at the club, the hot girl. Nobody wants to walk over to the bar and get dissed in front of the whole club.
You're right about that, man.
They have that fear. Go over there and talk to her. You never know. She might be feeling you because you're the actual one to walk over there. You know what I mean?
Right,
and if you get rejected, that's not the one for you. I mean, holler at a friend.
It's simple as that, right? I keep it moving. I holler at a few people to get on my podcast. They say no. Okay, great. I follow up next time. Maybe it wasn't your time. Maybe it wasn't our time for us. I feel like we built an interaction to the point like where you're able to come and have a talk with me. You respect what I do, and I respect what you do as well. So it only works that way when both energies collide. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And man, hold on one second. And I think we have to, as our culture, we have to unlearn and relearn right now. We've been so programmed with like music and television influences us, right? We've been influenced to do some crazy stuff for these last 10, 20 years, right? Now we have to unlearn and relearn because that old way of living is non-existent. This is a new world that we're going into, and it's a new time, new era, and we can't go into the new with the old way of thinking. Like Yeshua says, you can't put new wine in old wineskins, right? The bag will burst, right? So we literally have to like unlearn and relearn what we were taught. That can't make it no more. We gotta talk ownership. We gotta talk networking. We gotta talk no hating, right? We gotta talk real support, right? Even if it's business, what's beneficial for you, make it beneficial for me. Even if it's just that, well, let's do it because we still have to. And especially as a race, right? We do it too much for individuality for ourselves, right? Yeah. And that's not going to be good because there's other. I don't want to bring other races, but to make my point, other races are going to do things for their people. Right? They're not doing it. They're not doing it just for them. So a person might, I'm not working with no up next. Why? I can't. Nah, he's gonna take my shine. When you could be like, nah, that's gonna make our exposure better, right? Let's grow. You know what I mean? They're gonna do things for the betterment of their people and their race and their community. We're not doing that. We do for self too much, and we need to change that. You know what I mean? So you'll go like, a person could come, a white person go to the bank and get. They could be homeless or messed up their whole life, but they're gonna go and get treated properly because of their race, right? Even if you go to the police brutality, they always say, well, the cops are gonna shoot us and they're gonna let these guys go. We keep crying about why the cops are gonna let them go. Yes, white privilege is real, but so is black privilege. We're not talking the real. There's privilege everywhere, right? Because certain races aren't gonna get the privilege that we get. between our people. It is there's privilege for every race, but they're taking care of their own. It's what they're supposed to do. When are we gonna take care of our own? You know what I
You're
mean?
right about it start with conversations like that, you know what I mean? Because like people gotta be willing to connect. I be trying to connect with people. Sometimes the connect don't work out because you move weird and shit. Because like
Right,
people gotta be willing to connect. It has to be you have to be passionate about this. It's like I just feel like a lot of people are not passionate about sharing the information. People like to keep it to themselves, like you were saying.
right,
I could disconnect. I could do this. I could do that. But to me, when I have something I like to share, just like when I was doing these billboards. I didn't just think about myself. I'm like, which artist can I put up there that I haven't got the shine?
right,
Let me help. You know what I mean? So it's kind
right.
of like
Sure.
when you empower people, you get more empowered yourself, and they're gonna be
Yeah,
able to empower somebody
exactly.
else. It's like a snowball of energy, like you were saying, right?
You see,
Def-
those people have a poverty mentality. They don't think that they will get more, right? So they're gonna hold on to whatever they have, whether that be money, whether that be fame, whether that be contacts. They think they're only going. This is all I have because a poor person isn't going to spend their last because they think, this is my last. They're not operating in abundance and in a wealth mentality, saying that yo, the universe is abundant, God is abundant. There's always going to be more, right? And if I put my faith and I invested this right, it's going to come back tenfold, right? That's a wealth mentality. Many people have a poverty mentality, so they're going to hold on to whatever and not share it because they don't want to feel like, yo, I'm going to lose it now. I'm all messed up. Nah, we got to change our mentality. There's limitless opportunities out here, right? And we just got to share it. Like I could give you some of my gift because I still have more of that. You can't be me and I can't be you. So no matter what,
yeah,
it's not you can't stop my shine. What's for me is for me and what's for you is for you. But we can make this thing way bigger. You know what I mean? So yeah, we got to change our
it's
mentalities, man, from the poverty and that goes back. That's a lot. It's going to take a lot to do that, right? It's deeper than just going to get some money and get a bag because you could go get a bag and still be messed up, right? Where's the therapy? What are the root issues, right? So we really got to unlearn. There's like so much to do for our people, and we just really have to start there. We really got to
yeah,
start there.
yeah, man, you telling some truth and some gems right now. I'm not gonna be holding you on for too long. I got a couple more questions for you before I let you go. So I
Uh-huh.
like the fact that you're open and honest about everything and sharing some powerful words to people who's gonna be listening to this podcast. Because
For
one
sure.
thing I realized, I don't know I don't know nothing about trucking, so I'm gonna like link up with a dude that know everything about trucking. I actually do the trucking, so I could share that information. Maybe it
Right.
might inspire one of these young guys to just probably listen to. You know what? Let me look into this trucking thing. Let me invest because
Right.
it's all about inspiring people. Because once you inspire somebody else, then you make them more powerful. They be able, they open their mind and start wanting to do
Right.
more. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. 100%.
Because
Right.
words are very strong. You know, just us talking right now. You sharing the information you probably paid. Like you see, how I'm asking you a question like how much they pay. 'Cause I
Yeah.
want
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
to actually know. But you have to pay like $10,000 just to know that information.
Yeah. People pay, but it's you, man. This is you, man. You're different. You get different. You get that black privilege. You know what I mean? So
Yo,
you get that. You know what I
that's
mean?
facts. That's why we definitely got to connect. What I was about to say, right? If I could trust her about that, I was about to say, us linking up, right? I definitely want to like push the courses you have, even if you want to do a seminar just to teach people how to start trucking business. Even if I could get some people to sign up for the course or sign up to pay for the seminar. We could
Yeah.
definitely do something. If it's whatever you want to do, I just
Yeah.
want to spread the message and be able to get people to connect with you because we can't change the world, but we can change the people around us. You feel me?
Right.
The people
Right.
around us, they could inspire to change the people around them.
Right. I'm
You
with
know,
that.
so with okay, say less, bro. We definitely got connected. It was very nice talking to you, bro. Like I got to know a lot about trucking, these investment I'm thinking in my head already. Like, damn, I need to get a truck in the road too myself. You feel
Facts.
me?
Let's get it. Let's get it, man. You won't regret that decision, bro. I'm telling you. And the thing is, you don't have to do it alone, right? Nobody has to do it alone, right? We could all invest somehow, and we just run under one organization, one umbrella, where it's just much bigger and everyone is sharing the pot. You know what I mean? It's always better to go to war with 300 people than five. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Yeah, man, that's gospel right there. So I definitely appreciate the gems you provide to us. Let's go into some more entertainment wise. I know you listen to hip hop and things like that. What was your top five hip hop artists? Not even just Canada, just overall hip hop artists.
Fabulous,
Yeah,
Pac,
yeah.
um, Jadakiss, um, the old Lil Wayne, everything up to the Carter 2.
Okay, okay.
You know what I mean? Wheezy for sure. And who else, man? I got one more. Yeah, I say X, DMX
Oh, yo, DMX is a classic. DMX is a legend. You feel me?
for
So you
sure.
gotta your top five is heavy. Your top
Yeah,
five,
yeah,
you
yeah,
got
for
some.
sure, for
You
sure.
got some.
Because yeah, you need that. You need because I like X because he's from the street, right? But he keeps that authenticity, right? Like you still know the Most High, we still know God. We're gonna get busy if we need to get busy, but we're still gonna show some love and respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
that's real.
yeah, yeah, that's what it is because we don't want to. I don't ever want to come off or portray a lifestyle that isn't mine, right?
Mhm.
Like we do a lot of capping on the gram, um, and I think that's a detriment. That's detrimental, right? I
Yeah,
believe that yes, we're going to go somewhere in life. We're aspiring to get there, but still, we're still us and still be us, right? We don't have to change really for anybody. This is our culture. This is us, right? So
yep,
be authentic to ourselves while striving for better. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
yeah, that's what I like, bro. That's what I like. Be
yep,
authentic.
yep. Facts, you're right about that. And also, what do you think about the hip hop in Toronto right now? Like, do you have any favorite artists that you listen to? What's your
Yeah, yeah.
typical host?
I like Roni. I like Ron Dog. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
mess with Roni. I like that guy. My homie Porter G. I like Porter G. Um, yeah, I think those are my. That's yeah,
that's your favorite one. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I like Ron Dog. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
Say
and
less.
what's his name there? Shrey, what's his name, man? He's lit.
Is that
He's
one of the
lit.
new guys?
He has like a melodic flow, man.
You talking about Northside Benji? No.
Yes.
Okay, Northside Benji is lit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's my top three right there for sure. Northside Benji. He's yeah, yeah. I'm rocking with him.
Okay, great. For my last question that I have for you, I feel like we talk a lot about mental health, how to be strong and how to go through life and being focused. So, what I want to ask you, what advice would you like to share with people that's probably gonna be listening to this podcast? Like, what advice would you like to share with them, and how to keep going and staying positive to this whole COVID thing that we're going to, or even throughout life? How to stay positive and keep going.
Unlearning and relearning. Therapy is cool, right? We all have traumas and issues from childhood and our race that we've been experiencing and our parents have experienced that we need to get under control, right? And therapy. It's nothing wrong with that. Back in the day, you would think that, oh, something's wrong with you, you crazy. No, we need to just we need proper avenues to release and understand what we're going through, right? We're all under PTSD. It's a real thing, right? You're not supposed to be in the hood. We're not supposed to be seeing parents struggle. We're not supposed to be seeing friends dying at 10, 11. It's not cool to be talking about that. You know what I mean? That's stuff you see in war, right? When you see 10, 20 people dying or 5 people dying, right? Other regular neighborhoods, they don't see death like that, right?
Yeah.
So we need to just we need help on those things, right? And yeah, we need help, man. I think make that cool. Make getting mental health cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's going, yeah, get therapy, man. We got root issues that's damaging us. We don't want to talk about the paranoia, the stress. You know what I mean? The not able to trust anybody. Like we need all those things that come from real life. We're all damaged people. We're all
Mm.
damaged people.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's one thing I was talking to one of my previous podcast guests. I was saying like I spoke to Jay Prince about that actually. He was saying how like And we like there's a lot of people out here that have serious mental health issues. You know, we need to speak
Right.
about our issues, look for therapy and things like that. That's the only way we're gonna be able to change and be able to make
Yeah,
forward
yeah,
moving.
yeah. My
Definitely.
next therapy session is on the 28th. Yeah, I'm taking it. You know what I mean? And it's helped. It's been helping. You know what I mean? And you realize just how damaged you really are, right?
Yep.
Like we got a lot of work to do, and that's just me. So imagine our people as a whole, right? They always say we have the crab in the barrel mentality. Those are stresses. Those are traumas. Like we've been going through a lot. There's no way for single parents and fathers in jail and this and that. Like kids growing up without parents or nah, this we need the help, and I think we should all get it. We're not in the era of the shoot 'em up bang bang anymore. That's dead. That gangster's life is dead. First of all, they're giving you football numbers, right? The streets isn't the same anymore. It's not alluring. Like they're giving you numbers. They want you to go away, and ain't nothing cool about getting 100 years or 90 years or 50 years in jail. You know what I mean? It's not cool. You know, let's live. Let's ball out here, right? Let's make reading cool. Let's make mental health cool. Let's make being there for each other cool. Positivity cool. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying be a punk. There's always gonna be issues that need to be resolved, right? Be a man about yours. But
Yeah.
think twice about it, man.
Yeah,
Don't
you're
go off
right.
your
So
ego.
you're definitely right about that. So how did you go about getting therapy for the people that might be listening? How can somebody seek therapy? Do you have to pay for it or there's some free programs
Yeah,
out there?
there should be some free if you go online, there's some free classes, free sessions in the city. If you're in the jail, you can speak to somebody in there, the like social workers or whatnot. If you're on the road, you can speak to like your social workers, or you can just go online and speak to your doctor, right? A simple Google search, you know what I mean? Um, but yeah, I mean, there's this keepsix.org or Natasha Pennycook. Those guys are like real great therapists. I did a panel with those guys a few months back. You know what I mean? But yeah, get therapy, man. Get therapy, right? Figure out for your budget. It helps. It helps. We don't want to perpetuate the cycles. You don't want your children going through the same issues you've been going through. You know what I mean? Don't
Definitely
perpetuate.
right.
So get therapy for sure. Mental
Thank
health.
you. Yo, thank you very much for sharing that information, man. I really appreciate that. And also I appreciate you staying in your truck for like an hour and just talking to me and
That's
just
light work,
spreading.
man. That's
Oh,
light
that's
work.
real love. Yeah, that's real love. That's why I be trying to tell people like sometimes we gotta connect because we could always miss these connects. It might never happen again. You see how you told
Right.
me you get today? I like shit. All right, let me go. I thought you were about to be like next weekend or something. I like that. Let
Nah,
me
nah,
just kind
nah,
of.
nah, nah. Let's get it. We don't know what's promised tomorrow, right? So let's get it today. You know what I mean?
You're right about
And I
that. Thing
rate
is
what you're doing, you know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, like I'm geeked to be a guest on your show because I'm like, yeah, this guy's out here doing his thing. Like I want to be a part of that. You know what I mean? Like
oh,
I've
that's
always, you already know, like we don't go too often, but every once in a while I'll send like what you're
that's
doing
like
or maybe donate or
that's
you know?
that's the same way I do to you as well. Too. Like, yo, I like this trucking thing, this guy. We definitely gotta connect and share resources because I feel like I could like spread those knowledge that you have to my community and empower them when it comes to things like that. You know what I mean? So that would definitely help for real.
It's a
So that's
fact.
love. That's
That's a
love. Yeah, but before I let you go, my man, I want to let the people know where they could contact you, where they could follow you, and what type of services you have out there. Even if they could do one-on-one consultation with you, where they could find all that information.
All right, so my most Instagram. So my Instagram account is Jada Trucking Empire. So Jada underscore trucking underscore empire, right? Or you can hashtag get rich or die trucking. Yeah, my website is get rich or die trucking.ca. And yeah, that's it. My YouTube is Jada Inc. But yeah, you can get everything from my Instagram page, man. I'm out there showing what I do, giving some motivation, inspiration to the folks, and just authentic. Authentic. This is what it is, man. You know what I mean? Like we young, we black, we from the city, and we're going to make a change. This is what we're doing. We're going to make a change, right?
You're right about that, and that's how we start. Just having that communication and see if our energy align. Because sometimes you might want to connect with somebody else. The energy doesn't align. They don't see the
Right.
vision. They don't see the empowerment you're trying to do. Because a lot of people get at me saying I support everybody, but like, man, I support people that support me. Like
Right.
that's how support me. I'm not supporting your ass. And people that
Right.
invest with pay their money to get my page, pay me for my time or whatever. Me, that's the people I support, and I support them back, and we keep growing. You know what I mean?
That's a whole fact for sure.
And, and another thing, right? Because a lot of people see the things I'm doing. One thing I realized when it comes to the city or just the in the entertainment industry with black people, whatever it may be, a lot of people like to watch. They don't like to do. They like to wait for this person
Yes.
to get in their hand, this
Yes.
label, this billboard to put me on the billboard. Bro, you could do all that yourself. You just gotta invest in
Right.
yourself.
Exactly. Yo, let me tell you something about that. That's so true because, all right, for the business page on the brand, you can see the analytics, right? My
Yeah.
largest following is Toronto, but I get the least engagement from my people. I remember I put a
Um,
post up one time like, yo, Toronto, you in here? Crickets. But if I go and put on my post and like, yo, where's LA at? Where's Atlanta at? Everybody's gonna, yeah, we in
oh
here.
man.
We in here. You know what I mean? And I be watching like, yo, my biggest following is from right here. And I'm putting on for the city. I'm trying to show y'all what's up. But that crab in the barrel mentality, the screw face capital, I guess, that we trying to change, you know? And
Yeah, we're gonna
yeah,
change it, man. We're gonna change it one conversation at a time, one
it's a fact.
energy exchange at a time. So I'm not
That's
gonna hold you for too long, man. So I appreciate you coming in this podcast. It means a lot to me because I be trying to connect with people, man. If you got something you can bring to the table, I got people that will eat. You feel me?
right.
I got people that
Right.
will pay to eat. So that is just keep exchanging information and keep sharing resources because that's the only way we move as a culture. Okay, I don't do this, you do that. Come here, let's do that. Oh yeah, you do
Right.
stocks. Yeah, you do real estate. Come here. Let me put my people on this. Put my people
Right.
on this. Let's spread this bread. Let's spread this bread. You know what I mean? Let's create more. Let's create more opportunities. That's how I like to move. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Facts. But say
Exactly.
less, man. Have a good night, my man. Like, don't sleep behind the wheel, man. Like, be safe out
I
there,
won't,
man.
man. I won't. Much respect, man. Thank you for having me. Like I said, bro, I appreciate it. I respect it.
It's all love, man. It's all love. Keep doing your thing. We're gonna connect again, trying to do a whole seminar or giving away some courses and things like that. You feel?
For sure. Hit
Let's
me.
not I like just stop the connect. Let's keep moving and just actually share that information out there. You
For
know.
sure. For sure. Let's
I
get
say
it.
that. Have a good night, man.
You as well, brother. Good night.
Dale.